Shut. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Jodie, the CEO of Prolong Lash, and to my left,
It's me, Alicia. Hi.
hi. How are you going today?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, Good day today, actually, so far.
Yes.
Look at us both in white. Got the
I
memo.
know. Oh, so virginistic.
I know. That's me, virgin.
Like a virgin.
Hey.
So
Touched
today...
for the first.
Sorry, we're riled up this morning. So today we're going to talk about... Oh, my head things are falling off again. They're always falling off. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of running a lash business.
Oh, just what you all need to know.
There's like hard and fast rules. I mean, I feel like that's a bit aggressive for me. The do's and don'ts. Like maybe it works for you. But let's talk about some general,
Pros and cons.
Good habits.
Bad things.
Good habits, bad habits to break.
Let's start with the customer.
Okay.
Let's start with
have some. That's
some
a good thing to do.
Yeah, have some customers and then try and keep them.
Tick.
Done that. I think we should talk about the customer experience.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, not having been a lash artist before, I can talk from the customer's perspective maybe. I really liked it when I first met you, and this was to do with work as well, but when I first met you, you remembered things about me personally. And when we were talking and I was laying on your lash bed for the first time, you brought up sports with me. You brought up my 2 children. You brought up a holiday I'd been on. You really customized your visit with me with my personality.
And do you know how I did that?
Googled me, AI'd me.
Oh, no, AI didn't exist when I met you. Well, it probably did, like Siri, but like not real AI. No, I have a photographic memory. I remember everything about everybody.
Well,
no, I don't. I'm joking.
I was going to say that's helpful. I'm looking at you going, am I taking it
seriously?
Like,
are you for real?
That's something I've never known about you in 5 years.
I know. Surprise. No, I'm like... I keep notes on people. I know that sounds really crazy, but it doesn't have to be like a huge thing. But most people have electronic booking systems nowadays, and I mean, even if you don't, you're still writing in a paper diary. That's fine. I just made notes each time. I'd be like, "Oh, Jodie's going to Bali."
So her lashes are going to be shot to pieces. She's going to be not washing them, swimming all day in the sun with sunscreen on.
No, she'd be washing them. And her son's playing in a big important game of footy, whatever. So I just make a couple of notes, and then before my client comes in, because you always leave time in between your clients to get yourself sorted and redo your bed and have a look at your next client, I can go, oh, yep, Jodie just got back from Bali. I can check in on Harry's game. And I don't actually think people care if you've made notes about them. The fact that you've gone to the effort to make a note and ask the questions is like super valuable. It makes people feel like you care about them as a person, not as like just money coming in the door.
Yeah, it does. And there's nothing worse than when, as the client or the customer or the consumer of anything, when something happens really important in your life and someone doesn't remember them, and because after an hour and a half or 2 hours on a lash bed, you kind of feel like, oh, we clicked, we get on so well, she's my best friend. And then you turn up next time and it's like blank face. It's like, didn't you remember that one of the most important things was happening to me? Like my daughter got married.
That is true. And that's actually why I started making notes, because there were times where we worked in a big salon. There was 15 of us. I would get clients that maybe I'd seen before, maybe I hadn't. I don't know. I used to see like 10 clients a day or 6 days a week. That's, ridiculous amounts of people. And someone would walk in. I go, oh, hi, I'm Alicia. And they'd be like, yeah, I know. You did my lashes last time. And I was like... so I started making notes because I didn't want people to feel like that, like I'd forgotten about them.
And it's an investment, lashes, like spending money on anything, hair, lashes, but lashes aren't cheap.
No.
If they're done correctly and they go to the right service and you're charging the right amount of money, which we've talked about,
as you should be.
Yeah, that's not, people invest in you and invest in your time. So yeah, it'd be nice to. So they personalize the consumer's, the customer's experience or the client's experience.
Yeah, that is a do.
That is a do. Tick. So yeah, because that client will walk out and say to someone else, "Oh my God, that was so great. Yeah, it was fabulous. What a great experience. Did you know there's this girl down on the Muffin Man on
Drury Lane
who does really good lashes.
Yeah.
And then everyone starts talking about
And
the
she's
muffin
really
man.
lovely because she remembers, or he remembers everything about me and asks these lovely questions. People love talking about themselves. So you're right. They will give you good word of mouth.
And word of mouth referrals are good. They're not the only thing you should bank on, but they certainly are good. It only takes one bad word of mouth review or review and all those 10 fantastic ones you've got. So let's
And
go into that.
that is a don't. Don't rely solely on word of mouth.
What would you do? What did you do in your salon?
You've got to rely on digital marketing in this day and age. Look, I'm old school. I'm an old lady. We used to do lashes, for the disciples once upon a time. No, I'm joking.
This old lady, her best friend is her bot, her AI bot. So you're not that old. You're more tech savvy than most people I know.
I'm an adaptable old lady.
Flexible.
No, we didn't have a lot of digital marketing options back when I did it. So yes, I did rely heavily on word of mouth and even post box drops and putting flyers out there and things like that. I did actually rely on those things because Google was just in its infancy when I was running a lash salon. But it is not then. It is now, and it is time to move into the digital age. Do not just rely on people to go and tell people you're so great, because they may tell people you're so great, and we hope they do because you are so great. But that's not enough. You can't just expect your clientele to grow overnight. There is competition out there. There is a lot of availability of lash artists. And even if, we were talking about this the other day, say the worst lash artist in your town or local area.
And it would be me, Jodie Harrison.
Yeah, she's terrible at lashes. She has the best Instagram ad. And she has her Google advertising down, and no one else is advertising on Google or Instagram. Who gets all the clients?
The bad one.
The worst one. You could be amazing. It doesn't matter. You need people to know you exist. So please don't just rely on people saying, oh, she's so great, go see her. You need to advertise, and you don't have to do paid advertising. You can just market your business. Use hashtags, especially on Instagram, like local geographic hashtags. Hashtagging eyelash extensions with 100 billion tags is not going to help you. Hashtag eyelash extensions.
Essendon.
Yeah.
Be specific.
I was trying to think of something that everyone would know. Essendon's where our warehouse is, in the middle of nowhere in Melbourne. So
okay, or Texas. Well, not even Texas.
Texas is too big. Yeah.
Bigger than Texas.
Yeah, we want to go small. We want to go, I don't even know any places except for Anaheim because I love Disneyland. So eyelash extensions, Anaheim,
There you go, eyelash extensions, and Ontario, wherever you are.
Exactly.
In the world,
yeah.
Tag it.
Be specific, advertise, get on the digital marketing. Do not solely rely on word of mouth.
And the number one platform we found out the other day is still Facebook and Insta.
Yeah.
So just stick to the basics.
Yeah.
TikTok for fun. The others to get a little bit more of a consistent message out there. It doesn't have to be overly hard. You don't have to post every day. Just be consistent.
Yeah. Facebook is weirdly good with advertising, though I think specifically for our niche industry, I think that Instagram's very effective because of the visualization. So you can see you can see it on Facebook too, but people are looking for a image to look at on Instagram, whereas Facebook, people are looking at posts and all these other things that are popping up, and it's not just the imagery. So
with Insta too, with this coming up to the next point, I suppose, is branding, having a strong brand presence. The strong brand presence isn't just the color of your cartons, or it's everything. It starts from your socials, your consistency in your socials, whether you are simple and professional, whether you are fun and cheeky. Your branding is really important in and out of the store. But in the store, it's the first thing that your client sees. So your brand has to be, I know you're very clean. You're very organised. Your salon was set up for you very practically, but it was very pretty and calming. And so that was Alicia's thing, was simple,
with my
professional.
Instagram posts as well, I always use the exact same filter. So my filter that I used was one that I paid for on an app, and I think for me, that made me feel like I wasn't just going to be using the same filter that everyone else was using on Instagram. But it had a very soft pink hue over the top of it, and I had soft pink furnishings and things like that. How very lash industry to have pink as my color. Shocking. That just happened by accident because I bought pink velvet chairs that I liked, and then everything evolved from there.
So that was your brand. But that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You just
liked
choose something
the
and it
chairs.
goes from there.
Yeah.
But that meant that in a crowded market where people who are looking for eyelash extensions are getting served ads for eyelash extensions, and everything's coming up with lash pictures, and on Instagram where people are just posting lash pictures that can all look the same, people automatically knew when it was my image that they scrolled past because it had that Lash Phoenix look. It had that pink tone to it, and it just made it look different to every other.
Stand out in the crowd.
lash. Yeah.
Stand out in the crowd. So do something specific. Do something. Well, that's very clever marketing. But just make sure what you're doing in your salon is appealing to the consumer. And you're not going to please everyone that comes in. Every client's not going to like your look or your brand. But be consistent. I'm a real big believer that if you come into your salon and then you see your advertising, and like if you're attracted to someone through socials, so basically we're scrolling through socials and you see someone that's got a great haircut and you go to that hairdresser and then you get to that hairdresser and they didn't even do that cut, that sort of thing. So just disappointing, and don't do it. So I do is build a nice brand that's consistent and that the consumer is nice for. I call them consumers. That's because of my retailers now.
Yeah.
Clients. It's all right. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we know.
Beautiful clients.
lash people.
The lashies, the lash people. Yeah, so they understand, they feel comfortable with it, and they can recognize it. And you try and stand out a little bit. Try and find your niche, like your beautiful filter and your pink fluffy chairs.
The other thing I have to say about Instagram is it's all well and nice to have your beautiful filter, and it's all well and nice to have your perfect branding, but if you just pop your post on every couple of days and disappear, that also is not helpful.
You don't like that, do you?
Well, no
You don't
one
just
likes
post
that.
it and leave it.
No one likes that. People are on Instagram wanting to create a relationship, wanting to engage, wanting to feel like whatever profiles they're looking at and engaging with are actually people there that are real, you know? It's not
Hello,
good
are you
enough.
there?
Yeah. Where is
And they're talking to
everybody?
someone.
You don't want to feel like they've just popped this into a scheduling app and it's automatically pushed it out for them, and they don't look or care about what's happening. Someone makes a comment on your Instagram post, reply. Like, you know, maybe they have a question, maybe they're a customer to be. Like, engage with people, actually talk to people, take on feedback. What if someone says, oh, those lashes are pretty full on, I wouldn't like lashes like that? Maybe that's a great opportunity to be like, thanks for letting me know. I also do classic lashes. Would you like me to shoot you a picture of a great classic set I've done? Maybe that would be more your style. Like, maybe you could convert someone. Maybe, you know, if worse comes to worse, it's good for the algorithm, to be honest.
To just be engaging with them. Well, we were somewhere the other day and they were talking about going through your bad reviews or going through other companies' bad reviews to find your niche in the market of how to fix things. So if someone put down, not that they would with Prolong Lash because we're awesome, but if someone puts a comment like, really great product, found it too hard to get hold of, took too long to get to us, whatever, we would go through that and then say, find them a locate a distributor in their area, find the problem, fix the problem, and get in contact with the customer and solve the problem. So we did that the other day. Someone was buying from someone that was a little bit out of their region. We found someone, we contacted our reseller first and said, hey, this client's going to reach out to you, please look after them. They've had a bit of a bad run with shipping, all good. And so we got in contact with the client, spoke to the customer and said, here, this is your new option. You're going to run through this person. Your first one's for free because we want to fix it up for you. It's on its way out. But in the future, you're going to be dealing with such and such. And so you fix the problem by someone leaving us a bad comment.
Yeah. So this is a It could be a do or a don't. I was going to
Hmm.
say it's a don't ignore your customer feedback, but
Do
also
respond to them.
engage. Do engage. Do
Engage with
engage
them.
with your customers and make sure that you're responding to things.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It keeps, like, there's days, we all know this, there's days where you'd have 10 sets of lashes, and there's days in here where we're behind our computer for 10 hours a day, or we're at a conference and we're sitting there listening to people talk all day, which is educational and great. Sometimes I just get on my phone and I go, hey, how you going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that you, Jodie? I met you at LashCon. Oh, okay. And I love it. I love engaging.
Sometimes it can even be fun to deal with a problem. Like, I know that some people aren't confrontational and they see a complaint come through and that just crushes them and they go, oh no, this is terrible. I've had a complaint. Like, maybe flip that idea around and go, ooh, I'm going to make this client the happiest client there could possibly be. Like, sometimes we're just like, all right, here's a challenge.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly right.
let's make this client so happy. It's ridiculous. And she cannot possibly be angry with us. Like,
Yeah.
we've had shipping problems which are beyond our control. And, you know, everyone here, our operations team, do the absolute utmost to make sure that people get their orders on time. But things happen. Life happens.
Shit
Orders
happens.
gets lost. Bottles explode. Things go wrong. And we've had people that have been super angry. And we've been like, you know what? You could get angry and be like, well, it's not our fault that this happened. But we're like, oh, let's make this client so happy. Like, how can we fix it and like make it awesome too?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what we do.
It does make it funner.
That's what we do. And we even contact them like direct. Like, I'm happy to call someone, and we're in Australia and a lot of our clients are in, customers are actually in the States or Canada or globally. I call, make a phone call.
Yeah.
We had our first sale on a new platform, and the person that bought the first product on our new platform, I called them.
Yes.
You know, we're so excited. So I call and I engage with that person. It's just engage, show your personality. It comes through when you engage. So that there's nothing wrong with that. So do follow your Instagram posts, follow your comments, watch your reviews. We have reviews come through. We probably get between 5 and 7 reviews every day. And they're just organic reviews, most of them. Some of them are from the website. And there's not a day that I don't look at those reviews because they make me feel good.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
make me feel good.
Yeah.
And they're our customers, and that's what we're doing it for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one of my pet hates, and I know I don't should use that word, is when you go
Why
somewhere.
can't you use the word hate? Why do you hate the word hate? I think it's
don't
a
know.
feeling. Let's talk about this quickly. Let's
All
just
right.
quickly end
Hate.
this. Because you always say, I shouldn't say the word hate. I noticed this. And my son, who's 5 years old now, he turned 5 the other day. Super proud of that. He keeps on mentioning it 24 hours a day. I'm 5. He's 5. And he said to me the other day, you said an F word. For him, an F word is a naughty word. Like, he doesn't actually know what the F word is, but he says naughty words are F words. Like, once I said shit by accident because I dropped a whole tray of food on the ground right in front of him.
And that
He
was
said, you
the
said
F
an
word.
F word. But I said, oh, hate, blah, blah, blah. And he said, you said an F word. And I said, why is that an F word? And he said, because it's a bad word. I don't know where he learned this. And I said, why is it a bad? I think it's a feeling. You're allowed to hate things. Like, I hate things. I hate when I step in dog poo. Why can't you hate something?
I don't know. It's always been, I think it's because my mum used to always say that, you know, you don't hate anyone. You have to get over that emotion. You're not supposed to hate. You're meant to dislike and forgive. And she used all these other words. But I suppose
saying
it's just
that you hate a person is cruel.
Mm.
But, like, maybe you do hate a person.
Oh, I do. There's one.
I think it's just a
All right.
feeling.
Oh,
I
it's
would
funny
like
'cause I
to
do
give
say
you
that.
permission to hate things because it's just your feelings.
Well, do you know what I hate?
Tell me.
when you go to for an appointment, particularly doctors, they drive me crazy. And you're sitting in the doctor's surgery. You've been there, you've checked in, you've done your thing. You sit there, you check your emails, you're doing something, and then you get a little bit busy on your phone. Then you notice it's been 20 minutes. Serious. I have better things to do with my 20 minutes than sit around and wait for you.
I also hate that.
So,
Why do
doctors,
they
why
schedule
do doctors,
so
why do they?
close?
Because money. They're driven by money. So we're not going to go into the medical system because we've actually got not too bad a medical system in Australia.
Oh, we're very lucky.
Well, this is part of the customer journey. Like, so you order something online, you get it the next day. The first thing you say is, That is fantastic service. You order something online, you get it to 3 to 5 days. You go, oh, that's pretty good. I'm coping with that. You order something, it doesn't come in 20 days, you start kicking and screaming. You start making phone calls or doing emails. That period of time is longer, but that's how a person feels when they're sitting waiting for you because you've scheduled too heavily, because you've tried to fit too many people in.
That is a big don't. Do not overbook yourself. Do not allow your appointments to run into each other. Someone's booked that time.
There's 2 reasons why.
Tell me the reasons.
Because the client is left waiting and unhappy outside, and you are stressed about it.
Yeah.
So it's not good for you. It's not good for your well-being. It is not good for you to be
Unless
back
you're
to
not
back
stressed
to back
about it. Some people just aren't stressed about being late. My husband doesn't faze him at all. Doesn't mean anything to him,
doesn't it?
No.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, well. Maybe they're not stressed at all. Be more stressed about it if you're not stressed.
It'll catch up. It will catch up on you one way or the other. It'll catch up on you because you'll be exhausted and tired. It'll catch up on you because your clients will be sick and tired of waiting. They won't come back anymore. So care about it. Care about it. It's really important. You know, you've got the systems in place now if you're using digital, and even if you're using manual, it's fine. You know how long a set takes because you're that good at what you do. Leave yourself a little bit of time in between for something that might go wrong with the set.
If you are scheduling so close together because you can't afford to lose any money in your day, charge more. Like, honestly, I cannot stress this enough. If you think I need to make ends meet, I need to, just for example, earn $300 minimum today. That means I need to shove 6 people into my day, and I don't really have enough time for it, but I'm going to jam them in. Like, just not good enough.
No.
If you need to earn that, hike up your prices by $20 a set.
Or hire someone if it's time that you're that booked up, that you can actually fill your day with 6 people, 8 people every day. Put someone else on.
Yep, agreed.
Might be time.
Yes, yeah, that's a sign.
Do not leave me sitting in the waiting room.
Do not. It's not fair. It's not fair on anyone, and it's not fair on your next client as well. If you, say, are doing your client previously and your next client walks in and they see you're still doing lashes, they feel like you value the person before them more than you value your next client. Like, it's not fair on people.
No, it's not fair.
And it's not reasonable to think people have all the time in the world to get their lashes done, because lashes actually take a long time to get done as it is.
And you put aside a lot of time for that.
Yep.
And then you have to allow an extra half an hour and then another big 10 minutes while they clean up the room. It's just very frustrating. And I remember Naomi Campbell said once, Naomi Campbell, have you pronounced it? She wouldn't get out of bed for less than $10,000 a day. So that's an extreme case. But you do start to look at your own hourly rate. Like if you take 2 hours off to go and get your lashes done and it's 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 40 minutes, you've gone into one of my meetings, or kept my daughter out of her casual job and she's missed half a shift. You know, there's people that are relying on that time slot. So,
yep,
time is money.
Don't. That's a don't.
That's a don't. Speaking of pricing, something that I know you get very angry with and hate is not charging enough. You know, it's a tough industry. It's a very niche industry. There aren't thousands and hundreds of millions of people putting lashes on worldwide.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people doing it, but it's not the biggest part of the beauty industry. Yeah. So if everyone keeps together and if everyone has the same feel about it and charges what it's worth to do a set,
yes,
you know, there's no competition then. There's no arguing that someone's doing 70
people
around the corner.
Undercutting. Yeah. I think, so we've done a few don'ts. Let's call this a do. Let's say do. Value yourself highly enough to charge the right price.
Love your services sick.
Yeah.
Yourself sick.
Yes.
Have confidence in yourself. Be proud.
Yes.
You are amazing.
You know what you're doing. You are an expert in your field. You are highly trained. You keep on top of lash trends. You care about your clients. You provide a nice space to do lashes in.
You have the best tools, the best technical gear, the most up-to-date tech. You have great aftercare, good education. You know all the steps to make this person walk out of there and continue to look after their lashes.
Yep, you deserve to charge the highest price that you want to charge. I know every demographic area is different. You do have to take some consideration into these things. You can't completely price yourself out of a market. But I am a true believer that there is a client for everybody. I honestly think if you charged $800 for a set of lashes, that you would get a client. And if you had one of those clients every week, that's it. That's all you have to do, right? Then you make $800 a week doing one client a week.
Well, there is a story about Kardashian getting her. Well, please, I'm not that good at the Kardashians, so I don't know which one it is, but it was my daughter Sammy running out telling me about it the other day. She paid $1,200 for a set of lashes and had the lash artist on set with her the whole time, that if any fell off over the 3 or 4 day recording, they were putting them straight back on, refilling.
Poor child.
$1,200 to refill Kim Kardashian's lashes.
Good.
I'm pretty sure it was Kim. But yeah, there you go.
She is known for the lashes.
Yeah, so I mean, I know they pay whatever, but also from my perspective, if I'm researching something and I'm researching to go somewhere, I won't go to the person that's the cheapest. I mightn't go to the most expensive, but I'll look at the price that I think, and I'll look at a few reviews as well. Always look at reviews. But yeah, if someone's too cheap, I would be like, they're cheap for a reason.
That is true. There was this little study that I read about price tolerances, and they did an experiment on restaurant wine lists. And the most popular purchase of wine on restaurant wine lists is the third cheapest.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
No one buys the cheapest. The second cheapest is not that popular. The third cheapest is where people go because they want value, but they don't want crap.
There you go. See, that just says exactly what I said. I sort of go a little bit higher than the middle. I pick someone a little bit higher than the middle, but I usually ask, has anyone used this person? Has anyone been here? Does anyone know someone? I'm a bit of a...
You're a word of mouth gal. I mean, I'm not... Just because we said not to rely on it doesn't mean that it's not important, word of mouth. It's just not the only way to rely on advertising. But yeah, word of mouth's a great way to find someone.
So positively word of mouth, increase your prices.
Please increase them.
Trust your services and you'll get me.
One last thing about prices. Tell me, Jodie, the expert of lash businesses, tell me the best way to make money in your lash salon. Extra money. Let's say
extra money. Let's say extra money. Extra money. Best way to make money is charge enough for your lash sheds. That's what the best way is.
Second best way.
A retail space. Aftercare. Having brands in there that the client, as part of their experience, has to take home with them. That just adds a little bit extra revenue. So aftercare's, look, obviously we're Prolong Lash. And actually I want to go back to something I was going to say before. Talking about pricing, Prolong Lash has been on the market for a very, very long time. When I first come on board with Prolong Lash, the prices were sitting where they were sitting. And the first thing that happened when I come on board with Prolong Lash and we went global and we went to other countries, we discussed it. We put our prices up because I said, this is the best aftercare brand on the market. This is the only aftercare brand on the market in some markets. Why is it not being sold like that? Now, admittedly, we have never really upped our prices since then. Our prices have been quite standard in 5 years. But the feedback comes back to us. Sometimes, even from some of our best customers, biggest distributors will say, yeah, you're a little bit pricier than some of the stuff out there, but nobody wants to use anything different. So you have confidence in your pricing, and we have confidence in our pricing. And in times where things are a little bit bad and you see some companies putting their prices down and everything else, we won't potentially put our prices down, but what we haven't done is we haven't put them up. And we've absorbed a lot of new costs that are coming in with the beautiful exporting that's going on. We can talk about some other podcast or video, but we've absorbed a lot over the last 5 years. So we've always maintained that level of professionalism with you guys with our pricing, but we've never put them up like people are doing or pulled them down. And word over here is bastardized, but I probably will use another word. We've never cheapened our brand.
Yeah.
We've had confidence in it.
And the important thing is that we also haven't done anything to the product. So I don't know if it's just me and I'm going crazy, but I'm sure it's not. But like, say, for example, buying a packet of biscuits nowadays. Like, who doesn't like a biscuit with their cup of tea at the end of the night.
Mhm.
We're a mint slice family here. We like an Arnott's mint slice. Well, not here, but in my house. And Arnott's mint slices used to be like $3.20 a packet. They're now closer to $6 a packet. They're tiny. So
it's like the wagon wheel.
Yeah, not only are they increasing their prices, they're also decreasing the product value. And we can proudly say that we've done neither. We haven't put our prices up, and we have not done anything to cheapen our product, to make our product less of what it is. Like, it is a high quality, highly tested, highly trusted product, and we haven't made any changes to it to save money. So, you know,
have confidence in your services. That's what we're saying. We have confidence in our product. And going back to the retail space, when you do set up your retail space and you do have your aftercare brands, it just doesn't have to be aftercare brands. I've been into some fantastic salons where they sell t-shirts, where they sell candles, where they sell the smell that's in there. We had a scent going around at one stage. One year we gave our distributors, we turned our beautiful rose scent into an essential oil. And for Christmas, we sent everyone out an essential oil pack. And they were saying that having it smelling in their salon, it's like a subliminal message to buy Prolong Lash. And a couple of our conferences, we had it burning in the background. So you can be smart about what you stock. It just doesn't need to be aftercare. So we're not just here saying get Prolong Lash in. Your retail area reflects your brand, and it reflects the ambience of the room, and it reflects the atmosphere that the customer's walking into. And the customer is a client when she's in with you or he's in with you. But when the customer's sitting out there, the customer's a customer. The customer's looking at what you've got in your area and, you know, probably touching and feeling and saying, smelling. And then when you come out, because, you know, you might be 5 minutes late or the customer might be 10 minutes early, you've got something for them to do. You know, magazines on the table with brands, you know, lash magazines with. So retail space. Work with your suppliers. Make sure you're getting good margins on anything you stock in there. Make sure that you can brand it yourself. It's always great there's candles on the markets now. There's a company here in Australia that do it. They sell you the candles and you put your own labels on them. And
sounds so similar to a white label that you can also purchase to create your own brand.
Exactly. Our white label bottles and our clear 60ml bottles, you can buy those pre-made with our manufactured product and you can put labels on them. Or if you like the old-fashioned way of doing it, diluting it with distilled, that's still probably the most popular way. But if things are moving, whatever's easiest for you, I'd be the girl that would buy the white label. I'd buy the white label, put my label on it, stick it on a shelf. Make a 40-50% margin on every single product that walked out, because I'd screw Prolong down even more to get a better deal. But that's just me. But if you, extra revenue in that corner also builds the feel of your salon, of your space.
Mm-hmm. So do have a retail space. Do give some shopping experiences to your customers. Give them something to do whilst they're in your salon space, and give yourself an extra revenue stream.
And you can't see this room that we work out of, but it's a white room, apart from a couple of my shirts hanging up and a little bit of Prolong product there. And Alicia next to me, producer Carol, sitting over in the corner, shaking her leg. There's nothing else in here. So, but this hasn't been designed for that reason. But our downstairs area, when you first walk into Prolong, it's got a really nice couch. It's got a couple of Prolong banners, and it's got beautiful artwork that we took a long time to choose, because when the client comes in or the customer comes in to collect their product from Prolong, we wanted it to reflect our fun, colourful personalities. And as soon as someone walks in downstairs, we've got like an upstairs office. We run down the stairs to meet them. Hey, how you going? Like, it's all personality and colour, and have that in loads of it, just loads of it.
So passionate. She loves the retail corner. That's her passion, isn't it? When it's like me when I'm talking about lashes, I'm freaking out, and you when you're talking about retail.
It's the first thing I notice when I walk into a salon. If it's one of our resellers, or if it's a competition, or if it's something I'm checking out, the first thing I look at is no retail space. How silly. Mm-hmm. Silly. So I think you got anything else to add?
Last thing I just want to say is I do think it's really important that you keep up to date with the industry. You know, don't miss out on things. Get involved in conferences. Continue your education. If there's a great course that you've been wanting to do, take it. Go and learn more and experience more and immerse yourself in the lash industry. don't fall behind. You want to be top of your game, and it also keeps you engaged and enjoying it. You don't want to feel burnt out. I don't know anyone that doesn't go to a lash conference and comes out with some kind of like gusto, like they're like, yes, I'm ready to implement these new things into my business. So I would say do just immerse yourself in the lash industry. Sometimes it's easy to fall into that habit where you're just by yourself in a salon doing lashes day in, day out, and you get drained, you get tired. Get out of that funk. Get amongst it.
I watch my son. I know we haven't got much time left in this episode, but I watch my son who plays football once a week. It's a 90-minute game. It's an Australian rules game. So once a week on a Saturday, let's say he plays for 90 minutes. But for that 90 minutes, he trains, preps, educates, conferences, goes to Pilates all week for 90 minutes. All week, it's about that 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and he's getting better and better and better every year because all week he plays for that 90 minutes. So I know you can't do that all for your 90 minutes of lashes, but
well, you can. You can. And get involved in lash groups. If you can't leave your salon, if you don't, have the time right this second, just get involved in the Facebook groups and engage in the community.
Or ring us, have a chat.
Yeah. And if you liked this video, please give us the thumbs up and make any comments below if you have questions, if you have any ideas for do's and don'ts. Jump into our social media pages where we have lots of tidbits that can help you out with running your lash businesses and lash tips. And of course, we have our Aussie Lash Wives Lash
Wives podcast. Listen to that on your favourite platform. I'll take over because obviously it's
I've had a mental breakdown. And you can buy Prolong Lash at
www.prolonglash.com for the US and .com.au for Australia.
We've both lost it, so we'll see you later.
Thanks for joining us. Do's and don'ts.